back. I'm Athena. This is my channel, Stitching Goddess Designs, and this is a channel about cross stitch and Harry Potter. Harry Potter is not up yet. I'm actually sitting in a chair. Welcome if you're returning. Welcome if you're new. I'm kind of all discombobulated because I'm in a new space, but we will talk all things new space and Harry Potter and all the things later on in the video. We're gonna get to stitching first because I feel like that's what most everybody is here for. It's Flosstube. Let's get to the stitching, shall we? Okay, so I'm still chugging along and using my planner. So last week, look how much writing, it's like all filled in with things, and I absolutely love it. I'm looking for different like journaling, not journaling, but like different like prompt things to talk about. So for the month of January, I'm kind of doing like favorites, right? So I have like favorite song, favorite book, favorite season, weather, ice cream, those kinds of things written already in here. And then as I come to the day, I'm like filling in what my answer would be. And just kind of like things like that where, you know, it's not just all stitching, so that when I go back and I look at it, like I can see different things. I am also, I watched Janet with Janet Jabber, and she was talking about, she uses her daily calendar. There's like an affirmation like thing, you know, it's like one of those tearaway calendar things. But then she tears off a corner of the page. She writes down one good thing that happened that day, one good memory, one small thing. It doesn't have to be like the big amazing things. Like maybe you got a Starbucks that day and that just made your day. So it's those small things that she's writing down, and then she puts them in a thing and she goes back and reviews them at the end of the year. And for many years I have tried to do that, doing different, like keeping track of them in my phone, like different, you know, note cards, different things. And I've never stuck with it, never. But you know, the goal is to really stick with this year. And so I'm writing my one good thing down in there every day. I can read a couple of, I'm not going to like read off all of them to you because like I said, we want to get to the stitching. But like, you know, last Thursday we started moving the room. So that was a good day. I got a Dole Whip one day. And then one day, I think it was Saturday, it was just this last Saturday, we moved all of the furniture. The couches from down here went upstairs, the chairs came down here, all of the bookcases and the shelving and the everything got moved. And so my one good thing was all the furniture was moved. And the next day, my good thing, Advil. I am thankful for Advil. That was my good thing. Because, okay, let's get to the stitching. I'm getting distracted. So since I saw you guys last week, I was still working on my Raise the Roof January piece, which I had hoped to have finished in the week, but then the moving started and I didn't get as much stitching time as I would have liked. So I did not get it finished, but there is, I think, some scheduled in time later on in the month that I might be able to revisit and hopefully get it finished because I'm super close. So this is the January one, this is the February one, this is by Raise the Roof, and there's no real like title to it except for January, February. So I'm just calling it the Raise the Roof monthly series. And this is how far I got. You guys are gonna be like, oh my god, finish it. Those are upside down socks. There's where we are. Where I am. Ooh, you guys, the lighting down here seems worse, but you guys are getting so much more of the coloring than you did last week. You can see the green, the blue, like it's an overall blue, but there's like splotches of green and pink and purple in there too. So, So another snowflake, the mittens, finish the words. That's all I got left. Those socks took forever. And I think halfway through the first one, I was like, man, I should have made these socks like a fun color instead of just brown. But then I didn't want to rip out that whole sock. So we got brown socks and I'm fine with it. Because no frogging. No frogging. Nope. I also learned a new phrase this week that I was absolutely dying. I was on a chat with Candy, the 614 stitcher, and I guess she got this phrase from EJ on Sunshine Stitchers. But she's like, I messed up somewhere, I don't know where. And so she was trying to find it, and then she found it, and I was like, oh, do you have to frog? And she's like, nope, just tadpoling. And I was like, and she's like, only 3 stitches or something, just a tadpole. And I was like, oh my god, I absolutely love that. If you guys have heard that before and that's old news, but to me that was absolutely hilarious. You're not frogging, you're tadpoling, because it was only like a little bit of stitches. That's hilarious. I needed to share that with you. So, okay. So then the next thing I worked on was Harry Potter Stitch Day. And that was our moving all the furniture day. So the plan every month was to work on my cunning Hade. We moved everything. I got it was like within minutes of the chat starting, I got my chair situated and everything ready. And I found my Kindle so that I could, because the Kindle that I reprogrammed and did all the things to it so that I could have Pattern Keeper on it, will not turn on. And then trying to explain to my husband and my son, my husband's like, here, just use my Kindle. And I'm like, no. Well, first of all, he's like, you have an iPad, use your iPad. And I'm like, no, it's on this, it's like in this app. It has to be this device. And he was like, well, here's my Kindle. And I'm like, you're not understanding me. It has to be this device. And so it is dead. It is not turning on. I don't know that I had anything backed up or saved or whatever to Pattern Keeper. I wouldn't even know how to do that to know if I did it. So I probably didn't. Unless it does it automatically. I'm sure I didn't do it. So what I think is going to happen is, because I have the iPad, I'm going to get Markup XP, whatever it's called. I'm going to get that on my iPad, and I know that I have that whole first page done, and I'm working on the second page. So really all I have to do is mark off that whole first page, done, and then mark off what I have started on the second page on Cunning. And then there's also some frogging, correcting something that has to be done with that. So at some point, I don't even know if it's going to happen this month, honestly. I need to sit down and focus and get that together and ready to go. But because I had no time to do that before chat started, I pulled out a different whip. This is Good Morning Maui's, and it's literally just called Harry 1. Yes, there's a picture. Okay. Good Morning Maui, and it's called Harry 1. And I have contacted her. I have reached out and messaged her and be like, there's going to be a Harry 2 through 7, right? Because I'm going to need that if you're going to give me Harry 1. You got to give me Harry 2 through 7. And she said that, yes, it's in the plans. She just hasn't done it yet. So if anybody else is stitching Harry 1, has stitched Harry 1, and is ready for Harry 2, maybe we should all send her messages so she's like, oh, there's interest. Let me get it. Because I feel like a lot of time designers are like, do they really want it? Maybe I shouldn't. Let her know. We're interested. So this is what I have. And I absolutely love her patterns. Her PDF is just super blown up and easy to read, really easy to read. This is all I have. So I don't know if cunning is going to be possible, but I'm thinking that this might be my focus every Harry Potter Stitch Day. So I can get this done because I really do like this one. I got McGonagall done, and I started on Dumbledore's like hair / beard that's right next to her. The word wizard was the center start, so that's why I started here, and then I was able to work my way down to McGonagall, and I absolutely love her. She's so good, so good. So yeah, you can see there's all the different people. There's the train down here. You've got the first of all, Fluffy is hilarious to me, and then you've got the representation of all the flying keys, the oh my gosh, I can't remember what that plant is called. Oh my gosh, my brain is totally blank, but they fall into it right after they get past Fluffy. They fall into it. It's just like, stop moving. If you just stay calm, or if you keep moving, it'll kill you faster. The chess pieces. You've got the cake. What is that? I'm pretty sure that says Privet Drive. Yep, Privet Drive. Hedwig and the letters. I just love all the different everything we've got going on over here. The sorting hat on top of... I don't know why I'm trying to hold all the papers at once. But the sorting hat on top of Draco's head, and it's saying, Slytherin! So, it's cute. I love it. And I'm excited for her to do the other years. Okay. Speaking of Hedwig and all the letters, oh, I'm going to tell you guys about that letter later. Stitching. Focus, Athena, focus. Okay, so that was Harry Potter Stitch Day. Then, the 8th and the 9th, I did not stitch. Stress, drama in my house, as well as this room was absolute chaos. I could not move in this room. Everything was just kind of like brought down and dropped. And so then it was up to me to like put everything away. So the 8th and the 9th, no stitching. The 10th and the, today's the 11th? What? No. Yesterday was the 11th. Today's the 12th because it's Thursday. You guys, my week is like, I was totally mixed up on my days. And I got on a chat last night with some friends and they were like, yep, today is Wednesday. And I was like, oh, I didn't record a Flosstube. I thought it was Tuesday. Like, I was literally thinking it was Tuesday all day. So Flosstube is coming a week late. But 10, 11, 12. Yes. Today's the 12th. So 10 and 11, really. I worked on this. I had almost all of this side done. I did have all of this done. So I finished this side, and then I came over here and I did this side, and now I'm working across the bottom. So it's actually a lot of stitching because those are 4 rows worth of, it's 4 rows worth of border to stitch that in. And I think it's like, I don't know where my little pattern is, but I think it's like 70 something, 60 something maybe. So it's a lot of stitches in there. The goal is to have this done this month. I don't know that that's going to happen. I know once I get the border done, I feel like the rest is going to fill in rather quickly. Let's see, I should show you guys the pattern of what I'm speaking about. This is called Frosty Friends Ornaments. It's a dimension kit. Sorry, pardon me, it's down here on the floor. Okay, it's a dimension kit. And it is called Frosty Friends Ornaments. And the one I'm working on right now is this guy. So I think it's gonna, I mean, it's a lot of white stitching. It's gonna fill in. And then you've got all this, the background up here is all half stitches. So yeah. And then there's a lot of back stitching to give it all the defined detail. And are those French knots? I think those are French knots on the hat. There's all those French knots. Seriously, where did my pattern go? Here it is. Here it is. Yes, there's little dots where all the little French knots go. Okay, and then there's Smyrna crosses in the border. So you can see the border is like a light blue, but then do you see the dark blue? I think you can see it. Those are all Smyrna crosses that need to be stitched in there. Or are they Smyrna crosses? They're like little stars. Like this and this is longer, and then you've got the small X in the middle. So I don't think that's actually a Smyrna cross. I don't know what that stitch would be. But still working on this today. Still have this out and working on it today. So hopefully I get some more stitching in on that. And then tomorrow is the 13th, and that is Halloween stitching. So Chopping Mall is what will come out for Halloween stitching on the 13th. And then the 14th is my birthday. I think this was like from a couple years ago. It's the 100 Owls. Both Beth from Busy Bee Stitches and I have a 14th birthday. Mine's February, hers is April. And so we decided on the 14th of every month we would work on 100 Owls. So on the 14th, I'm working on 100 Owls. And that's been for a couple years now. I just haven't been doing it. I don't think she has been either. So, and then I will switch focus and go work on my January Whip Go calls. What are my January Whip Go calls? Let's go see what that is. It's at the back of this. I'm thinking about adding a little tab where my Whip Go, like adding a little something where my Whip Go thing is so that I can quickly get to it. But it's the Cryptid Sow by the Witsy Stitcher and the Spooky Hollow Town by Little Stitch Girl. So I need to get that out, 500 stitches on each of those in that week. And that shouldn't take me too terribly long. And then I could, once I'm done with those, I could switch focus either back to the January one or the Frosty Friends one. It'll probably be the January one because it's really close to finished. Okay. And that'll take me to when I see you guys next week. Also, I forgot to mention, on the first Friday of every month, my Friday night chat, we've decided that the first Friday of every month will be Fancy Lady Friday. And so I got Athena out and got some stitching in on her. It's still not making any sense at all. Like none. This is, I don't even have, because when we moved, this was in my stand. I don't know where the bag went. I don't know where the pattern went. I don't know where the floss went. Because we had, like, the kids were helping. My husband was helping. Everybody was just picking up things and carrying them down here. So they're down here somewhere. But this is Athena by Mirabilia. If you'd like to go Google the pattern to see what she looks like. Because I don't have it to show it to you. But I did get some more stitching. I think I was like filling in a whole bunch up here. And this is her dress area. So there is that. Okay, sorry about that. Dust is like everywhere. I dusted everything upstairs before we moved it down here, dusted everything here before I moved it up there, and I kid you not, I woke up the next morning and everything down here had a layer of dust on it again, and I'm just like, so there's so much dust. And I don't know if it's because it's been windy or just maybe my house is just dusty. I don't know, but I had to dust everything all over again, and I just feel like it is like I've been inhaling dust for like a week and my nose is like all messed up. Anyways, That's it for stitching. That's all I had for stitching. I should be drawing and showing you guys who won the Harry Potter floss this week. However, I didn't go back to check who entered, and I also don't know where the floss is. Yay! So I will draw on that next week. But I did want to show you guys that we have some new Stitching Goddess design shirts. So for, and I feel like all of a sudden I'm crooked. I don't know what happened there, but I'm crooked all of a sudden. Anyways, I am trying to every month release new shirts. And then I also have like special edition, limited time only shirts that I'm releasing in between. So the January shirts that were released this month are this one that I'm wearing right now. I cross stitch, proof that I have the patience to stab something 1,000 times. And y'all, let me tell you, I have a lot of patience. Way more than 1,000 times. I have a lot. 78-ish whips. I got a lot of patience. The other one that I have, here, let's just unfold the whole thing, is, ta-da, there we go. Of course, it's black, so it's not going to show up right. There we go. There may be, oh, sorry. I don't even know what I made this pattern to say. There may come a day when I decide I have too many cross stitch whips. Today is not that day. It is not that day, folks. I love this one. I love how it's like all pretty and everything, and then you read it and you're like, not today, not today, not today. So those are not a limited time only. They've been added to the order form. I did, at the start of the year, reduce the amount of shirts that were available, either because the design was too complicated for me to want to continue offering them, or because I did not see enough interest in the designs. So the order form, the available designs on the order form has been reduced greatly. What is available is what is on the order form. If you don't see it on the order form, it is not currently available. It may come back at some point if I have enough people reach out to me and be like, I really want that. I may bring it back. This one, I had this saying on a different shirt, like when I very first started, and it was like the print was so tiny, and I way too hard to weed and do all the things and cut and all the things. So I pulled it like after only a couple months. I'm like, I can't continue making this shirt. It's way too hard. It was taking way too much time, and it wasn't worth like what I was making, profit wise. But I have redesigned it, brought it back, and this is much easier to make, and I think also easier to read and all the things. So maybe some of those designs that were pulled because they were too complicated and hard to work on will come back later, redesigned in a different way. I don't know. Limited time only are these designs that I'm going to show you right now. These are Valentine's Day shirts, and they are only available through the 24th. I'm closing them January 24th because at that point, if you ordered later than January 24th, I wouldn't have enough time to order the shirt, get it in, make it, and get it to you in time for Valentine's Day. So January 24th is the cutoff. And the new design this year is Cross Stitch Has My Heart, and I absolutely love it. It's X's and O's, but the O's are hoops. And then we have a stitched little heart, and then drawing the line through the hearts is a needle. I absolutely love it. I had so much fun designing this one. I did, pull inspiration. I saw, different Valentine's Day shirts had this whole little design. It didn't have like the words. I think it would just say something like love or something on there. But I had fun playing with what that should look like for cross stitch. Absolutely love it. I hope you guys love it. And then back again from last year is a cross stitch heart. So it's literally just a heart and then the words cross stitch right there. So yeah, so this is cross stitch heart, and this one is cross stitch has my heart, and they are both, like I said, currently available for a limited time only. The link, you know what? I will link the order form for both my regular shirts below, and I will link the Valentine's Day shirts below as well. It's a Google form. Fill out the Google form with all the information, and then I will send you an invoice within 48, like 2 business days, usually. I try to take the weekend off so that, you know, I can spend time with my husband, do things around the house, and then I get back to it on Monday. Okay, that's my little blurb for my own company. And now here's a little blurb for Stacie Stitches Creative Studio. I don't know if I've actually like officially said this here, but she is hosting a retreat in February of 2024. So next year, literally in 1 year. And it is open for registration right now. There is plenty of spots still available. I am going to be there. I know quite a few other people that I know are going to be there. It's at, oh my goodness. No, I forgot the town. It's in Florida. It's on the, what would be like the west coast of the Florida, like panhandle. Stacey's screaming at me right now. I cannot remember. But I have Stacey's website linked below. If you go to her website, you will find all the information for her retreat there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's like on the beach. I don't know how much stitching I'm going to get done, how much I'm going to want to be outside, like looking at the ocean. I saw this thing like over, it was like circulating in the social medias about how your body needs to like be in touch with the water. Like I'm very much a believer of grounding, a believer in grounding, going outside, walking on the earth barefoot, letting your body, like we're so much with the shoes and the socks and inside your houses and in your cars that we don't really connect with the earth a whole lot. And as beings of the earth, like we should be outside experiencing earth, becoming one with nature. So yeah, going and putting my feet in the ocean, definitely gonna happen. I'm excited for that. So yeah, quite a few people I know are going. Go check it out. It's a year from now, so you have plenty of time to save up for the accommodations and travel and all the things. So go check that out. And she just opened a clearance section and a sales section, and she told me that my code works with the clearance and the sale items. Y'all, clearance items are up to 40% off. So if you add my 10% off, you're getting 50% off those clearance items, and there's some good stuff in there. She is trying to clear out as much of her inventory as possible right now because market is happening in March, and she's trying to clear out space and get money in so that she can go spend all the money at market. So go check it out, get all your cross stitch stuff, and get 10% off on top of what's already on sale. Okay, that's all my little commercial blurb. My code is Goddess10. It's linked below. All the things. Okay, Harry Potter. I do not have Harry Potter haul to show you, but at the end of this video, I'm going to put in, I'm going to see, I don't know how many videos I have taken of like the process so far, but I'm going to pop in some video clips of everything, and I may even like take a video around the room right now and pop that in as well. It's coming together, but it's a lot. The furniture is where the furniture needs to be, sort of. These chairs are going to move a little bit, and the shelf in between is going to move a little bit. I need to have a good setup for stitching and chatting, because I'm on a chat like all the time with friends. I have found that it's like, if I sit here and I say I'm gonna stitch, and I sit down, I end up on my phone, and then I'm not actually stitching. But if someone is sitting there and they're stitching, like watching me, I feel like I need to be stitching instead of on my phone. It's just it's a good, like, a body doubling way of like keeping me doing what I said I was going to be doing. I don't know. In an attempt to try to get organized with the amount of things that was everywhere, I know I have different shelves as far as like different displays that I want to display. And then the spaces available to display those, I was like, I can't visualize in my head where everything needs to go. So I listed the displays, the available spaces, and I started like where they should go. You guys, it's like I didn't even finish because I'm like, who could follow this? This is chaos. So what I ended up doing was putting all of my sections in my phone, and then, all of my displays in my phone, and then I just like was like adding on what section they should be in, and then I was like crossing them off as I was using them up. And then like I've got like so many cube shelves available for display, so I was like crossing off the cubes as I was using them. But this was poorly concepted to begin with, but it did eventually get me to where I needed to be, because I now know, like, okay, this display, get all of the items for this display, put it here. Get all of the items for this display, put it here. So slowly the items are getting to the shelves they need to be on, and then once those items are on that shelf, I can then make the display. I can say one display that really was like, took a picture, exactly recreated it, was my 4-house shelf, the one with all 4 houses and like the display. Yeah, that I worked so hard on making that display that I was like, nope, that is staying exactly the way it is. Took a picture, moved it. It is now on the top shelf of that bookshelf instead of the middle. But other than that, like, it is exactly the way it was. Ollivanders is going to be up on top of the mantle. I've got all my Funko Pops kind of just thrown up there right now. I do need some like height, because the little mini Funko Pops, if you just like line them all up, you can't see them. So I need height, and I may end up putting them over there as well. I'm not sure. There's a lot of mini Funko Pops, a lot. As we were moving down here, I got like so excited, and I startled my husband because I was like, babe! And he was like, what? And I'm like, I can put letters coming out of the fireplace, because my fireplace doesn't work, and there's like a mantle above it, like the fireplace is in, and there's a shelf. Y'all, I'm fishing line and letters, and they're coming out of the fireplace. That is happening. 100% that's happening. There's also like, it's, there's a little ledge in front of the fireplace. I'm planning on just throwing all of my pillows and things right there. I've got a corner over here with a new cupboard kind of a thing, and I'm going to make that my magical menagerie, where all of my stuffed animal creatures are going to live there. I've got a lot happening in my head, and because I am in theory going to have like a lot of Diagon Alley shops displayed, I'm thinking I need to make signs, and I don't know how I'm going to do the signs, but I mean, on my Cricut, but like, I don't know, are they going to be on the shelf? Are they going to be like kind of coming out of the shelf? I don't know, but I've got honeydukes. I've got a potions shelf over here, but there's an apothecary shop where I'm thinking I might do an apothecary sign. I've definitely got Nocturne Alley. I'm going to have a Slytherin display down there because I'm Slytherin and I buy all things Slytherin. So I have a lot more stuff, Slytherin stuff, to display than I do any other house. I have herbology up there. I've got an owlery, an owl post up there. I mean, just all the different shop type things. I think I'm going to want signs for them. I have a new place for all my Legos to be inside that glass cabinet that I had different shop display thingies in there. And I'm excited about that because the Legos collect so much dust and they're impossible to dust. Like, if you try to run a duster over those, like, it just gets snags and you break your Lego display. Like, if anybody has tips or tricks on how they keep their Lego displays dusted and clean, send them my way. I would love to hear what you're doing. The museum wax is amazing because I do have some Funko Pops up there, and being able to put them on all their feet and they're all just staying put and nothing is falling and avalanching so much. You don't even understand, because previously, like, getting them all up there and then like the top one would fall and then the whole thing would avalanche and drive you insane. These are bookshelves on top of a coffee table right here. And both of those bookshelves are going to house all of the Harry Potter books, the Harry Potter books themselves, like the series, but then I have a ton of other Harry Potter book things. So it's going to house all of that, and it's going to be Flourish and Blots. As well as, like, there's like, advanced potion making, like those different kinds of Harry Potter books, like, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, those kinds of books, they're all going to be there. I'm excited about the Flourish and Blots. Yeah, there's just lots of different things coming together. And then I also have, other books and book series that I have loved throughout the years. So this is, yes, in a whole, a Harry Potter room, but then I also have display for those other books as well. So, and I thought I was done with all the other books, and I had them all put away, and I was so happy to be done with that, and I just found another bag of books, and I'm like, oh, no. So, but, yeah, it's coming together. And then I have all the cross-stitch stuff down here as well. So a lot of the cross-stitch stuff lives in the cube boxes. So that's kind of like hidden away and you don't actually display it. I would like to be able to hang, I think, my floss. But then again, part of me is like, no, because of how dusty my house is. Like, the fact that I can dust and the next day wipe my finger and visibly see dust again is like, do I really want them out and displayed? Because they're going to get full of dust. And I don't know that I want that to happen. Because as it is right now, I've got them all on, well, I've got the DMC in a whole different storage, whatever, but all of the specialty floss are on rings by designer, by Dyer, I guess. And then they're all just in a cube. I literally just threw them all in a cube. So, I could ramble and ramble about this room. But I will stop. Obviously, things are going to go on the walls. Like, I've just got this whole empty wall. So, getting things up and hung on the wall is, like, going to be the last step, I think. Getting everything up off the floor and onto the shelves needs to happen first. So, okay, that's all I have. I need to go. I feel like my husband might. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's almost home. So I'm going to cut this off, add some videos here at the end. So stay tuned for those if you would like to see those. Otherwise, I will see you guys all next week. I hope everybody's having a great January. Bye.